Hey folks, we are back with a new build. As you can see, there's nothing here. I finally was able to hit that idea for a flying house. So let's go up there. And you'll see a few inspirations here. So one is this idea of Tazavesh, the flying city. And I also took Cloud City from Star Wars and a Moroccan souk, which is kind of like a flea market if you're not familiar, all the different stalls. So I created all these little flying ships, airships and such, and it's now a smuggler's city in the sky. Not too seedy, it's a little bit nicer. Oh good, look, everything kind of got messed up there, so I'll have to fix that. That's a shame. It was a cool ship. Let's fly over to the big ship here. As you can see, it's a city in the sky for traders and smugglers to come by, sticking with that rogue theme. And the Night Elf house has grown on me, and I think it worked really well for this particular build. The shape and the colors and the lights. And then, oops, well, I'm going to die here, so I did not die. That's what I get for being a sub-rogue. I got the void wells and the spire there to make it float. Alright, in we go. Let's make sure we have the correct. Let's go evening calm. There we go, evening calm. So here we are, and one of the things I want to do is I wanted to make it feel dense, a little chaotic, but also that it's been organized around a grid, like a city like Morocco would be. They've got main thoroughfares, but then all the in-between side streets are a little more chaotic. And so here, if we had NPCs, this is where I would stick them in each of these vendor booths. This one is, of course, botanist, a plant seller. Here is your furrier, all the rugs. Here's a reminder of what happens if you lose all your money, courtesy of Star Wars there. And in here is the casino. There's the Dragon's Horde themed slot machines, and then a little poker game between friends, maybe enemies. Who knows? We come this way, we have the little enchanting magic shop. All your magic needs and goods. Around the corner you have toys and knickknacks. You got the various plushies. Furniture, of course, for those who are trying to appoint their residence in a different continent there maybe. Some banners. Artwork, you get your wine and some fruit. We'll come back to this one in a second. That is the hotel. Here is the central area, again, allowing us to have main streets this way, and then around the corner. Little coffee stand, coffee shop here, for the people who are just arriving. This is security, so you can see the little down arrow. The icon here means drop off, and this is security. You have the little camera watching you. I stuck a candle in here to make it look like it's kind of looking at you. I wanted a red dot like HAL 9000 or whatever. And then here's the instructions for going through security, of course, very legible. Here's the bookstore. Lots of books here. And a nice little courtyard area, just to kind of, you can play with the ancient worm device there. Turn it on. And that's all the stalls. We come through here. This is the hotel. Got a concierge, a little spot to grab a snack, get some food here, and then you have the nice room and the cheap room. So if you go in the nice room, it has a carpet, it's a little more well appointed, it has nice lights and a bathroom. So that's the nice room. And then here's the cheap room. If you lost all your money gambling, here you go. You've got a bucket, you got a candle, and then you've got a a sleeping bag on the floor. So you're on your own over here. Spare pennies. And before we go to the residence, we will look at these two different areas. So this is drop off. So we're going to go to drop off first. This is more of the warehouse area. And you can see you can't go through here. This is security, so you have to do the little stool trick. Come on through. In here is lockers, storage, right there. And then this is receiving, is the warehouse. And there is the giant airship, you know, big drop-off elevator, a little cart to carry things, bits and things of everything hanging around. Well, you can hop on here. You can test out the motorcycle. Here's a good look at our airship going all the way around. Let's go up, take a look at the airship here. And there it is. We have our little roadster that was in the previous house's garage. And now being delivered by this airship. So there we go. We have this nice Forge of the Guardian if you're going to zip off. Another nice little touch I've added is didn't want it to feel too empty when you look around the room, and so I've added, you know, ships leaving. You know, we have a ship that's arrived, you have a giant ship on its way out, we have this receiving elevator here that comes down to this station, we have goods that have been delivered and are awaiting pickup, the cart that takes things around, the hollow floor things that kind of direct traffic. And so that's receiving. And we go right back through security. And we'll go to pickup. And the pickup area is going to be a little bit nicer. This is for people who've arrived to the city and are not really dealing with the warehouse side of things. So a little welcome sign and another reveal when you come in and you look up. All of these little platforms are delivering goods to people who are picking up. So these would be floating platforms that deliver. And these arms, mechanical arms coming through the sky to make it easy for large objects. And again, we can go sit on the different airships. Oh, and I fell down. So if you can see, everything's been miniaturized down here. And
I am out of range.
What I wanted the effect to be is when you're up here to look down, and it looks like a little bit like Founder's Point. Just a rough idea that you are flying above things. This is in the sky. And again, this little airship here just picking up some goods. And then we'll go up to the top if I don't fall down again. And here's a large ship, the rear hull of it picking up, and of course it's picking up the Brodozer here. There we go. Big, aggressive, beefy machine here. And that is the pickup area. People arriving to collect their goods that have been processed through. And of course you can charge if you need to. And there we have it. I really wanted all these lights to kind of showcase the space and make it look like you're outside again, overlooking the rest of the houses nearby. I used the wagons, I shrunk them down, then on the inside I put candles to make it look like they're illuminated. And currently I'm using the evening calm from the armillary to light the house, giving it a pleasant sunset hue. And going around this corner, it takes us to my personal riad. So here's my home. There is the courtyard with the little fountain. We've got the little dining room here, lots of seating. This chair is from the new Twilight Highlands pre-patch event. And so is this lounge here. Little kitchenette. One of my smaller kitchens. Just what you need, nothing more. And some stairs up to the second floor. You can look down into the courtyard and you have a little bedroom. Small dressing area. And then my bathroom. With, naturally, the dark portal has become a vanity. And so I added the Horde mirror, stuck it behind here. And then because the dark portal has such a strong green tinge to it, you can kind of see it peeking through here, I added these very warm lights. This lamp, Admiral's lamp, I think, and then this smoking light, this smoking lamp. And it really warmed it up and stopped it being so green. And I think it made a pretty exciting vanity. And then of course here's the toilet. These are benches tucked into here. And the shower. And you know, it wouldn't be complete without my secret rogue area, which by now you've guessed is behind the waterfall. So we come through here, little assassination library spot. Got my weapons tucked here. A little poison and alchemy. And we'll go up the ramp to the forge. And there we go. We're at the forge with new chains. Got these spell chains. And there we go. That is the new house. That's the rogue area. Everything's accounted for. I am at house tier 7. And I think this tier of house is probably the first major milestone where you have enough budget to fill almost all the spaces really well. And even then, you could use fewer rooms and do even more custom pieces or more artistic things. But there you have it. That's my Smuggler City in the Sky on plot 41. And I think I've captured the vibe of the few different things of Tazavesh, of Cloud City, and a little bit of that flavor of Morocco. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm gonna stick to this one for a little while. I think they take so much time to do, to grind so many items, to build the house itself, and I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm gonna stick with this for a minute, and I will post again when I have something to show, an update or a new revision. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks.